Hi, this is Victoria Ballard, naturopath, and I just wanted to apologise for the sudden end to the video entitled Ketosis for Vegans and Vegetarians, where I talk about my friends in the South who follow the ketogenic diet. They've got a house, they've got a washing machine, they've got kitchen equipment, and they bought themselves a waffle maker, and they kept to ketogenic. They resisted all the delicious traditional Indian food and made their own food. And their favourite dish was the almond flour waffles made with almond flour and eggs. A lot of eggs. You do need a decent amount of eggs not to be hungry. And then they would put a vegetable dish, which would be different every day, on top of the waffles. And sometimes they would put fruit and sweet stuff. They weren't overweight and they could just about get away with that, and they stayed in ketosis. They used ketone strips, which you can get in any pharmacy because it's for diabetics and it measures your blood sugar, and if you're in ketosis you're right at the top, purple. And I also said in that video about the video ended, by the way, because an absolute blast of music. I mean, they love Holly, and suddenly there was this great blast of music. So the video ended just as I was explaining about bulletproof coffee. Before that, I talked about other ways to find out if you're in ketosis. There's Jason Fung's Lumen device, which you just blow into, and that gives you whether you're fat burning or not. And if you're not fat burning, you need to reduce your carbs. And also I mentioned Dr. Boz, who has a little machine. You have to keep pricking your finger with it. I'm not so keen on that, but she keeps you measuring whether you're in ketosis or not, whether you're fat burning. And also you can actually just stay in ketosis, and you will know if you are in ketosis by several symptoms of being very alert, and ketones are really good for the brain. They go to the brain and you feel a lot more alert. So you don't necessarily have to measure whether you're in ketosis. And one of Dave Asprey's, this is where I was at in the video that was so rudely interrupted by crazy music. Dave Asprey's bulletproof diet was discovered when he was trekking in the Himalayas. I've got the Himalayas just behind me in the video that I'm talking about that got so rudely interrupted. He was trekking and he got really, really tired, and this local woman gave him black coffee with yak butter in it, and he immediately got a rush of ketones, and he was able to continue his trekking, and he felt so energetic that when he came back to the States, he developed bulletproof coffee, and a whole book has been written on the bulletproof diet. So basically this coffee, if you're not desperately overweight and you don't mind breaking your overnight fast, you can have it in the morning. You can have it basically whenever you want to break your fast, because it will give you a real hunger suppressant and a great big dose of ketones. And you basically have good quality black coffee, ground coffee, and in it you can put butter, ghee, coconut oil. Coconut oil's fantastic. And MCT oil, which is derived from coconut oil, and it just goes straight to the brain, giving you ketones. So 20 minutes after you've had your MCT oil, you can measure whether you're in ketosis, and then you can go, because of the richness of the coffee, you feel good, and you can go many, many hours before you actually have a meal. Hopefully a ketogenic meal with most of your carbs coming from vegetables and nuts and avocados, and your fats coming from avocado oil, olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil. So that way you can be ketogenic and still be vegan or vegetarian. Actually, vegans wouldn't eat all the eggs, they would eat more nuts, lentils, and basically rich in protein vegetables. So you can do ketogenic diet, vegan or vegetarian, and I just wanted to tell you more about my friends in India who are actually, they're kind of living on royalties, they're doing voiceover. She was an actress, he was a musical star. I'm not giving their names, but they live in India and they have a house with all the mod cons, you know, the washing machine, the cooking facilities, and their waffle machine, which changed their life and made ketogenic diets so easy for them in India. And they kept using keto sticks, which are dirt cheap. You just buy them in the pharmacy to see if you're in ketosis. So I hope that has actually sort of supplemented the video. I will give it the same title because I got so interrupted. And once I go out there, I'm going to see all these people covered, their hair, their faces, their clothes in lots of different colours. In fact, they look a bit like zombies. And yeah, basically that's where the music came from that interrupted that last video for vegans and vegetarians. And there are some tips in there, of course, for those who want to be ketovore, like myself. I add a few drops of iodine to the bulletproof coffee, and I use green tea throughout the day to suppress my appetite. So I have been completely vegan being here in India. No, I'm not, because of all the chai I've drunk, all the milk I've drunk. But I've been vegetarian for 6 months. Now I'm going to go home to India and go home to England. That was a Freudian slip. I absolutely love it here in India and want to be like my friends in the south who live here all the time. But that might be several years off. I hope I've got those years left to spend my time in India. It's a beautiful, beautiful country. So I'm sending blessings from the river Ganga, one of the Ganges, and the Himalayan mountains. So blessings from India and happy Holi. Thank you. Bye.